I just came back from the vet, and just too, because Kai, I haven't posted anything yet. I guess I will eventually. Um, Dealing with a senior pet is not for the weak. I've been really, really lucky that she has been relatively healthy over these last 16 plus years. I've had her since she was 6 weeks old. Kai, she's a regular, medium hair domestic cat. Um, and the last few weeks I noticed that I was like, you're not looking at me when I'm talking to you. She's like looking past me, looking above me. Or if she was looking in my direction, it was just a blank stare, like nothing was coming through to her eyes. So I was like, in the last, less than 3 weeks, it was that I noticed a change. Um, at first I thought it was just because it was a new place, but now it's like, yeah, like you're standing right up in front of her and she's like, you're like right here. And she's like, oh, you're here. So first I thought it was like, oh, is she losing her hearing? But it's not. It's just her eyesight, which is good, I guess. So anyway, if you are not prepared to spend this money on a animal, on a or no, how do I want to say this? If you're only prepared to spend this money on a human or your home, don't get a pet. Today's visit included a biannual geriatric panel, a urine test, a wellness exam for her suspected but now known acute blindness due to old age, and her regular monthly Silencia injection. So yeah. And like I said, I've been lucky. She's been healthy for the most part, except for a few daredevil activities in her youth. She's still able to, thankfully, go up and down her Trito, lots of steps. Moves her litter box, so her litter box is out here now instead of in the bathroom. We just kind of kept this middle of the living room clear, and now she's underneath the table because I had to drag her out from her Trito because I needed to cut the bandage off, because when they took blood, they attempted at her neck, and even though I guess the blood comes easier, she was not being cooperative, so they had to go for her back leg, and I guess there was 4 of them in it, and one tapped out. Sorry. But anyway, so yay, feisty still, so that's an awesome thing. So yeah, I had to cut that bandage off. Same like the pressure thing point when you get blood drawn, how they tell you to like press on it for like 3 minutes, and then and it'll probably bruise and it's fine. But I just didn't want her sleeping with it, and she is underneath the table because she escaped, because she's like, I don't want to be where you guys are because you're making me not happy. So she's underneath the table. Hi, Stinky. Hi, Mama. So yeah, she'll be underneath there for a while, I guess, until I guess she's thing and not so angry. Anyway, like I said, I suspected that it was blindness, but when you get that diagnosis that yes, she is blind, like he was like had his finger like literally right almost on her eyeball. Then he turned the lights off, got his eye thingy, and then turned the light back on and did the test again, and he's like, yeah, nothing. So she's completely blind. I'm just numb right now. I've been kind of adapting the last couple weeks when I realized what it probably was. Just trying to keep open spaces and keep things clear. Not move things. Announce myself when I'm coming. Let her smell my hand in front of her face before I touch her, because she kind of like startles and kind of yelps a little bit if you just touch her. So yeah, it's an adjustment for everyone. having a pet is not for the faint of heart. I know a lot of people don't get it. I didn't really, I got it, but I didn't get it. I think I was very empathetic because, like, when my, growing up with people, you get to like college age and so on, and you hear that your friend who you went to, you were at their house all the time in high school, and you hear that their pet died, and you're like, oh, yeah. And I was actually really sad when certain people's pets died because I really liked them. So I was never unempathetic, but and so like I said, what I'm trying to say is if you're not a pet person, it may be hard, like, because a lot of people where I work who I work with don't have pets. Like, most of them don't have pets. I think a couple of them have had pets or grew up with pets or something, but most of them don't. So a lot of them just don't get it. And I know they're trying to be like sympathetic, but they just don't get it. They're just like, and I don't really try to explain it to people. When you've had a being since they were 6 weeks old and they're over 16, just thinking about them not being here is a lot. And I don't really want to think about that. Like I said, she's healthy, but think twice before you have a pet. Because it's hard when they get old. You have to start thinking about, this stuff. I'm sorry, I'm sweating to death. Turned off the fan so it's not so loud in the microphone. But you really have to think about, even if they're relatively healthy, they're going to get old. They're going to get old and things start breaking down. And you have to start thinking in your head about more so about costs, and when they get sicker, how, like, you're literally starting to go through, like, how far am I going to go? As long as they are comfortable, because you don't want them to suffer. How far am I going to go? How much intervention are we going to do? I always pray that, and I know maybe some people might think it's morbid, but I literally pray that she just, whenever her time is, that she just passes in her sleep and we're done. I don't think anybody wants their animal to suffer, but I just pray that when she goes, that she's not, having some horrible, painful death, like some stroke or cancer or, kidney failure or something. I just want her to just, just for myself, when I get to, hopefully 90, that when I go, I just go to sleep and my heart just stops and that's it. I really do hope for the same. I don't want her to suffer. I don't want this big, dramatic, having to rush her to the vet and they're, okay, are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? Are we going to give her the injection and let her go? I pray. I'm dead serious. I pray that she just goes in her sleep. I don't want her to have a dramatic, painful death or long illness. Anyway, yeah, that's it for now. That's the update. And like I said, I have some footage kind of showing how she's navigating her way, and what I'm trying to get some clips of what I'm seeing that she's not seeing, if that makes sense. Because I know there are a lot of people, and it can I'm pretty sure it can go from dogs or cats. When they get old, everybody is, if you have an animal, you're hopefully that you have a senior pet. And, you know, so maybe it'll help with the navigation and maybe help with you, like, oh, my animal's been doing that too. Or I did do that. If you went through something similar, please let me know in the comment section. Like if you've had a senior pet, or who has suffered from blindness, how did you adapt? How did they adapt? What did you do? What did you not do? My best friend went through this with her previous cat, and she's been giving me great advice and being really, really supportive. So I'm very, very thankful to her that she's been through this already. And even saying that, you know, she's probably been losing her sight for months now, but because cats are so good at hiding things that you've only literally noticed in the last couple weeks, but she's been losing her sight slowly and adapting all along the way. And you just didn't know. I believe her. She's had animals her entire life. She's had dogs, cats. What else? Ferrets. Was it mice or rats? Can't remember. Or her gerbil? I don't know. She's had a lot of things. Turtles. Anyway, I'm just navigating one day at a time, and I let one of my managers and hi Stinky, Momo. Hi. No, oh, you still mad? Oh, I'm sorry, she's mad still. Let's see if we can see her go. And don't mind these boxes and stuff. Those are storage bins that we still need to do something with. So it's got one of her water dishes, and her aunt put some catnip out for her. She's got some new catnip. Get the jar of it. I think she said she got it at Walmart. Pet Zone, is it showing it? There we go. Pet Zone, 100% natural catnip, premium North American grown catnip. She got it at Walmart. I have no idea how much the price is. But, yeah. She loves the catnip. It's good? What is this stick? Why is there a stick? What's happening? Let's see if she'll show us how she gets back up. You okay? Okay. So yeah, just even like letting her know that I'm there and I'm just about to touch her. Just those mild, oh, there we go. Mild adjustments, there we go. Yeah, so she's had no trouble adapting to getting up and down. Sometimes she'll go in this middle one. She doesn't go to the top anymore. This one she does not go in the top. When we first moved here, she would go in the top, but I noticed in the last 2 weeks she has not gone to the top, which is fine because it's a little more complicated if you don't have sight to get. It's a little trickier to get up and down, because even when she did have her sight, she had to be cautious coming up and down this. It's kind of a little tricky. It's a very small space. So yeah, she still goes in here and then the bottom part here. So yeah, life of a pet parent. It's a wonderful journey, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it's when you don't know how long, it's a very painful journey. Anyway, that's it. We're going to say goodnight. Happy weekend. See my beautiful Bobo's face? Are you so mad? Yeah, I know you're mad. We gotta get those tears out of your eyes. Okay.